Alan, your bio says you taught screenwriting in maximum security prisons.
Yeah.
So many questions about that. What did they ask you? First question. What did these people? I'm sure they were happy to see you. Very inquisitive.
It was, what did they ask me? I don't think they, first of all, teaching a maximum security prison is it's scary because these are, at least initially it's scary because you think you're going to be surrounded by guards and there aren't any guards. So they send you in and they close the door, and then there's these 100 guys and me and no guards. And I was initially terrified. And but these guys were so sweet. I mean, they're not sending you, they're sending people who've earned the right to be in the workshop. And so they've displayed good behavior. But it was initially terrifying. And I got up there and I'm teaching about transformation, and I'm talking about how one, the story ultimately is about how one changes oneself, and or the protagonist experiences some kind of shift in perception. And they were incredibly sweet, incredibly eager and grateful. And I can't remember any specific question, but I do remember that they had great questions, and that there was this sort of shocking level of humility with them that I don't get as much with a lot of my regular students. Sometimes you get people and they sort of feel like they know it all, but these guys had really incredible stories to tell, and there was an openness to tell these stories, almost as if it almost felt like they were kind of bursting to tell these stories. And I remember we took a break. I was teaching out in the high desert at I can't remember the name of the prison, but they kind of rushed up to me, or some of them did, at the break, and it was almost like I know we've only got a little bit of time here, but there's so much I want to learn, and I've got so many questions, and wanting to tell me their personal stories, and very, very touching. It was a very moving experience. It's to teach in a maximum security prison.
Yeah, I find that so fascinating that you say that there was this humility and that they kind of had this openness, whereas if you were maybe teaching somewhere where, I hate to just assume, but if you think that maybe people hadn't had certain knocks in life, whether they're their own fault or whether they're not, whether they're innocent or guilty, that they would be, it's just interesting. I don't know if it's a class thing, I don't know if it's just life experience, I don't know what it is, but I find that fascinating.
Well, that's actually what I came away with was this realization that, you ever heard that saying, there but for the grace of God go I, that these people, they do often come from poverty, difficult circumstances, addiction, a lot of things that are kind of beyond their control, and this is their lot in life. There is also a lot of, I think the judicial system is racist and biased, and I don't think it's justice for all, and it's kind of heartbreaking. And you see these people who, may in some instances may have gotten a raw deal, even if they're guilty, in the sense that they not just that they may not have gotten proper legal, or decent legal representation, but that you see that there's a lot of people in life who are kind of screwed because of just the raw deal they got growing up. So I just came away with kind of like we got a lot to be grateful for,